Hey, all right, you suckers, you hit or you sit. Hit, he says. Well, with the king up, the boy wants a hit. Coming at you. Oh, a little lady. And he's over the wall, down the road, up the hill, and dropped his load. Coming at you now, Mr. Scanlon. And I wish some asshole in that nurse's hothouse would turn down the mother-loving music. I ain't never heard such a driving racket.
Yes?
Would you mind turning off the goddamn noise?
Yes, Mr. McMurphy.
Yes, what?
Yes, I would mind. Music is considered therapeutic.
Yeah? Now what the hell is so therapeutic about Lawrence Welk?
Please don't lean against the glass. It makes finger marks.
Horse manure.
Mr. McMurphy, I should mention, we have a rule against gambling.
We're just playing for cigarettes.
Are you sure those cigarettes don't represent something else?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of smoke. You ladies should laugh it up a little bit. Say, that was a good idea she had, though. You say we sweeten the game.
Where would we get money?
Don't kid me. I found out a few things about this place before they sent me here. Damn near half you boys are pulling in compensation. $300-400 a month. And it ain't doing nothing but sitting collecting dust. So, all you gotta do is sign some IOUs. What do you say? Alright, let's say that each cigarette is worth a quarter. Alright, here we go.
Don't forget, Mr. McMurphy, no gambling for money.
Hey, is this a two-way system?
No, but Miss Ratchet is a human radio.
She is. I might just have to pull out that plug. Alright, Professor. There you sit with the deuce. And I got a pack of Marlboro that says that you back down. What's that?
Group meeting. Time for group meeting.
What are you doing? Hey, we're in the middle of a game, boy. It's group therapy.
Every day this time.
You don't just walk away from a game. Come on.
It's mandatory.
Mr. McMurphy, would you like to join us?
Not particularly. All right, I'll join you.
Now then, would anyone like to begin?
I guess I ought to talk about this. It was on account of my mother. Every time she comes to visit, it leaves me feeling just awful.
Your mother loves you, Billy.
Billy, darling! Billy, baby!
No, that's the trouble. I'm such a disappointment to her, but she won't admit it. She won't see me like I am. I tell her, Mama, I'm not right in the head. I can't even talk straight. But she goes right on. Pretty soon I want to kill myself, so I try.
Is it possible you may be trying to punish her?
Sure, it's possible. Miss Ratchet, couldn't we talk about somebody else today?
You really ought to face it, Billy. Very well. At the close of Friday's meeting, we were discussing Mr. Harding's young wife. The fact that she is extremely well endowed in the bosom. Would anyone care to touch upon this further?
Touch upon what?
The subject.
Oh, I
To
thought you meant...
continue, according to notes entered by various... Oh! Good afternoon, Doctor.
Sorry, continue.
Yes, we were just discussing Mr. Harding's young wife.
Huh? Who's what? Oh!
Now I see her.
Where?
Mamma mia! È una popona! La figura di una bella.
God, what I wouldn't give to have that man's eyes.
McMurphy, Randall Patrick, committed by the state for diagnosis and possible treatment. 35 years old, never married. A history of drunkenness, assault and battery, disturbing the peace, repeated gambling, and 1 arrest for rape.
Statutory.
With a child of 15.
She said she was 17, Doc, and she was plenty willing.
A court doctor's examination of
Hey,
the
she
child.
was so willing, Doc, I took the padlock in my pants.
Our new admission, doctor.
It seems that you don't have any previous history. Spent any time in other institutions?
Well, including state and county lockups.
Oh, no. I mean mental institutions.
Oh, no, Doc, this is my first trip. But I am crazy, I swear. Yeah, I'll tell you, show you here. The doc in the work form. Yeah, what did he say? Excuse me. Yeah, here it is. Repeated outbreaks of passion that suggest the possible diagnosis of psychopath. The way he described that to me, Doc, is that I fight and I fuck. Oh, excuse me. How did he put it? I'm overzealous in my sexual relations. That sounds pretty serious, Doc. Tell me, you ever been troubled by that?
No, Mr. McMurphy, I must admit I have not.
I mean, that bit about fighting, I can understand, but, who ever heard of a man getting too much poozle, huh?
It's this statement here that really interests me. Don't overlook the possibility that this man may be feigning psychosis to escape the drudgery of the work farm. Well, Miss McMurphy, what about that?
Doc, do I look like a sane man to you?
Perhaps, doctor, you should advise Mr. McMurphy on the protocol of these meetings?
Yes. One of the first rules that all the patients must remain seated
Sure, Doc.
in his chair.
Right.
You see, we operate under the principle of the therapeutic community.
The Thera what?
Therapeutic community. That means that this ward is like society in miniature. And since society decides who's sane and who isn't, you must measure up. Our goal here is a completely democratic ward, governed by the patients, working to ready themselves for the outside. Now, one of the most important things is you mustn't let things fester inside you. Talk, discuss, confess. Should you hear another patient saying something of significance, write it down in the logbook here for us all to see. Do you know what that procedure is called?
Squealing.
No. Group therapy. Help yourself and your friends here probe the secrets of your subconscious. Get all those old guilts out into the open.
What guilts?
Oh, you have them, Mr. McMurphy, or you wouldn't be here.
Right. Right. Now I think I see what you're getting at, Doc.
Excellent.
See, it's kind of like this dream I had the other night. You see, maybe you can help me. In the dream, I was talking to myself. Only it wasn't me. It was someone that looked like me. Yeah, like my daddy.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was my daddy. You see, I know this because he had this big iron bolt through his jawbone, like my daddy had.
Your father had an iron bolt through his jawbone?
See, he was a real Frankenstein.
How fascinating.
If I may suggest, Doctor, Mr. McMurphy might learn best by example.
True, nurse.
According to notes entered by various patients in the logbook, Mr. Harding has stated that he was very uneasy when walking in the street with his wife, due to the manner in which other men stared at her. He has further said, and I quote,
She damn well gives them reason to stare. Unquote.
yes. He has also been heard to say that he may give her reason to seek sexual attention elsewhere. What reasons, Dale?
Well, I can't say that I've been notably ardent.
Do you mean sexually inadequate?
Yeah, maybe she's just plain too hot for you. That it, Harding?
Betty's afraid of her.
I'm not afraid.
Okay, scared.
It might be fair to say intimidated.
Same thing.
Well, I see Mr. Harding has also stated that his wife's ample bosom gives him a feeling of inferiority.
So why does he marry a broad with such huge knockers to begin with? Hey, I bet he's got a mother fixation, huh? I'll bet he was never weak.
That's not so! I wanted a womanly woman. Someone who wouldn't compete, but
Well,
might help me
Dale,
to-
she has commented that she finds you less than masculine.
Yeah, like the way that you move your hands around like that. How about it, Harding?
You chose a woman who was quite obviously your inferior. Don't you find significance in that?
Well, yes, of course. I mean, I theorized, it seemed to me, sexually at least, that...
Yeah, you're always saying she's such a good lay.
That's right, Harding. Tell us, what happens in the sack?
Complete psychic impotence. Oh, damn, why do I almost cry?
Say, Harding, wouldn't it be easier if you was just to come out and admit you're a faggot?
All right, knock it off!
Mr. McMurphy,
Leave the guy alone!
sit down.
Listen, pal, you don't have to put up with this shit.
Doctor, I suggest we close the meeting.
Oh,
Close it until discipline has been restored.
yes, yes.
Hey, buddy, is that the way this little meeting usually goes? Bunch of chickens and a pecking party?
Pecking party? I haven't the faintest notion what you're talking about.
Well, then I'll just explain it to you. You see, the flock of chickens, they get a spot of a speck of blood on one of the chickens, and they all go pecking at it till there's nothing left but blood, feathers, bones. But usually in the fracas, some of the flock gets spotted. Then it's their turn.
A pecking party. That certainly is a pleasant analogy, my friend.
That's right, my friend. That's exactly what that little meeting reminded me of.
And I suppose that makes me the chicken with a speck of blood, eh, friend?
That's right, friend. And you know who pecks the first peck? That old nurse, that's who.
So it's as simple as that. As stupidly simple as that. You've been on this ward 6 hours and you've already simplified the work of Freud, Jung, and Maxwell Jones and summarized in one analogy. It's a pecking party.
I ain't talking about Fred Young or who's it's Jones. I'm talking about that nurse and what she did to you.
Did to me.
In spades.
Why, this is incredible. You completely disregard that everything she did was for my benefit.
Horse shit.
I'm disappointed in you, my friend. I had judged you were more intelligent, but it's evident I made a mistake.
Hell with you, buddy.
Oh yes, I also recognize your primitive brutality. Psychopath with definite sadistic tendencies, probably motivated by unreasoning egomania. And those talents certainly qualify you as a therapist, my friend. Oh yes, they render you quite capable of criticizing Miss Ratchet, although she's a highly regarded psychiatric nurse with 20 years experience in the field. But you, no doubt, with your talents, could work subconscious miracles, soothe the aching id, heal the wounded superego. You could probably cure the whole ward, vegetables and all, in 6 months, ladies and gentlemen, and your money back. Hey ya, hey ya.
Are you telling me some kind of good came out of that little meeting?
Why else would we subject ourselves to it?
I
Miss Ratchet may be a very strict lady, but she's not some kind of monster chicken pecking our eyes out.
No, she ain't aiming for your eyes. She's aiming right square for your family jewels.
Miss Ratchet? She's like a mother, a tender mother.
Don't give me that tender mother shit. She's a ball cutter from way back.
Now see here, my friend, my psychopathic sidekick. Nurse Ratchet is a veritable angel of mercy, and why, everyone knows it. She's as unselfish as the wind, toiling thanklessly for the good of all, day after day, 7 days a week. Why, she has no wife, no husband,
Don't believe
nothing
that.
but her work, and everyone knows it. Do you think she enjoys being stern with us? Asking us those questions?
Yeah.
Probing our subconscious until it hurts? Oh no, my egomaniac buddy, she is dedicated. She gives every bit of herself. And she desires nothing more on earth than to see us walk out of here adjusted and capable once again of coping with life. So you're wrong, I assure you. Our Miss Ratchet is the sweetest, kindest, most benevolent woman that I have ever. Oh, the bitch! That bitch!
You're right. About all of it.
So why don't you do something about it?
Why? Because the world belongs to the strong, my friend. The rabbit recognizes the strength of the wolf, so he digs holes and hides when the wolf is about. He doesn't challenge the wolf to combat. Mr. McMurphy, my friend, I'm not a chicken. I'm a rabbit. All of us here, rabbits. Billy, why don't you hop around for Mr. McMurphy? Cheswick, show him how furry you are. Oh, they're all bashful.
All right.
Isn't that sweet?
Shut your mouth.
All right, friend. Then what would you have us do?
Raise Jack. Tell her to go to hell. Huh?
Try it, Mac. She'll send you right on up to Disturb. Or down to the shock shop.
The witch?
Electroshock therapy, my friend. It's a device which combines the best features of the sleeping pill, the electric chair, and the torture rack.
Are you kidding?
Hell no.
They strap you to a table. You're touched on each side of the head with wires. Bzap! Punishment and therapy in one shocking package. Chief Broom there, he's had 200 treatments.
What about that fart of the doctor, huh?
Oh, she requires his approval, but it's just a formality. He has 200 patients, a bleeding ulcer, and no desire to make waves. What's the trouble, friend? Are you losing your revolutionary spirit?
How about that Democratic ward bullshit? Why don't you take a vote?
What do we vote?
That the big nurse can't ask us any more questions?
That she can't look at us a certain way.
She can't send us to the shock shop.
Tell us, friend, what shall we vote?
Hell, anything. Don't you see? You gotta do something to show that you still got some balls. Look at you. You say the chief is scared, but look at you. I ain't never seen a scareder bunch in my life. Well, I'm not. Well, no skin off of my ass.
How true.
I mean, I sure wouldn't want some fiend of a nurse after me with 3,000 volts.
Naturally.
So, what the hell?
Well, Mr. McMurphy, welcome to the club.
Hey. You're saying she can't do nothing unless she gets your goat.
That's right.
And so unless she gets you to crack up some way, like, say, busting her in the nose or cussing her out.
You'd be safe as long as you kept your temper.
All right. You boys think you got the champ there? I'd like to put some money on it.
On what?
On the fact that I can get the best of her.
You propose to make a wager on that?
I am betting that within 7 days I can put a burr so far up that nurse's ass that she
Yeah?
starts to come apart those neat little seams of hers and prove to you guys once and for all that she ain't unbeatable.
Oh, Nurse Ratched.
Come on, who's got $10?
Oh.
$10. Come on, peckerheads.
Mr. McMurphy, this deserves odds. $20 to your 10 that you can't do it.
Hey-ya, hey-ya, hey-ya. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen.
You gotta take
It's
it.
going to be the battle of the century. R.P. McMurphy versus Big Nurse. To a knockout, a decision or a draw. 7 days, ladies and gentlemen. And if I ain't got her, whether she don't know whether to shit or go blind, the money is yours. Come on, boys. Hey-ya, hey-ya, hey-ya.
I've got $5.
$5 from the Roadrunner.
$15 with those odds, man.
15, big spender.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's time for occupational therapy. Mr. McMurphy, what was all that activity?
We was just playing a little game.
Are you sure it isn't some form of gambling?
Gambling? Oh, heavens, no, ma'am. Gambling, hell. This is a sure thing.